You're listening to Blind Chats with the Back Road Chicks.
Welcome to the Late Night Cruise.
The Late Night Cruise.
We're your hosts,
Courtney
and Brienne. Buckle in.
It's going to be a wild ride.
Oh.
I'm smart. SMRT.
Right? Is MRT smart?
We're good.
All right. You thought a bitch would I'm sorry, it's the best
Can
reel.
we use that?
Right? Can we?
Sure we can. Why not?
First of all, fuck you and your little gun. You thought a bitch was dead. I'm back.
Hi, folks. Welcome back.
Hi. Sorry, it's like my favorite reel of all times. Like,
We'll share it in the episode.
oh my gosh, yes, we'll share it in the episode. It's so funny.
You have to. It is a must.
It's a comedy skit about why you can't kill a black woman. It's so good.
It's very on point.
So on point.
Welcome back, everybody, for another episode of Blind Chats with Back Road Chicks.
We're back. Season 2.
Season 2.
We're back, baby. What are we talking about, Courtney?
Well, we've got a kind of an interesting topic. We have been kind of ruminating about some questions that we want to ask, maybe questions that we want to answer. And what we've come up with is, how do you want to be remembered? And what do you want your final words to be?
Remember the movie Sixth Sense? I see dead people.
Well, I definitely don't want to be remembered for that, and I definitely don't want those to be my last words.
I know, but I have something really funny and ironic based off of, like, just how he says it in that movie.
Okay.
So obviously I can't see it right now, but I mean, Lord's going to change that for me.
Mm-hmm.
But in the interim, if I, like, were to die right now and breathe my last final words, I'd be like, freak people and be like, I saw everything.
So that's what you want your final words to be?
Yeah, just to mess with people. I feel like I would just do that to throw them off, and just so they're like, oh my gosh, could she really see this whole time? Because so many people don't believe that I can't see. So it's, right? So it'd be actually kind of funny to mess with them as like a final prank, like, I saw everything.
Ooh.
And they'll be like, I thought a bitch was blind.
I think that would be very fitting for you.
Right? Because I'm telling you, there's going to be pranks at my funeral.
Oh.
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely. Like, there's going to be pranks. Like, I love it. Like, totally jacked the ideas from some, like, comedians and stuff. But I love the one where you hire a bunch of mafia people to stand around your casket. And they're all like, we'll miss you, boss. And everyone's going to be like, what kind of fuck shit was she into? I love that. Like, I'm all in that. And, like, the whole thing about, like, stuff me as, like, a taxidermist person and have me at the door with, like, holding a candy dish and then, like, my arm mechanically waving to people and, like, have my voice recorded so it randomly comes over the intercom. Hi, and welcome to my afterlife party.
That's
like, that would
so
be
creepy, dude.
It would be so funny. Like, I don't even care. And I'd, like, have bouncers, like, I'm sorry, if you didn't respect me while I was alive, you're getting bounced. You're getting bounced out. Like, I'll have bouncers at my funeral. Like, don't even fake it. Don't even pretend you give a damn. Now get out. Don't help yourself to sound. Don't pass go and you're not getting $200. But everyone else that's here, we're going to party. And I'll be, like, pouring tequila down from the clouds in heaven. Like, let it rain.
Let it rain tequila.
Right? Like, I don't want to be remembered for that, but, like, that's how I want to go. Like, it's going down with a bang. Like, it's going to be a funeral to remember.
There's one, I mean, this is the nerd in me, but someone running in I don't know, like, futuristic clothing or, like, dressed as Doctor Who.
Oh,
and,
dude.
like, running up to the front where the casket is, and they're like, okay, like, there's no time to explain. And then, like, going off on some crazy story.
Time in relative dimensions and space.
Thank you.
TARDIS.
TARDIS. Thank you.
I love Doctor Who.
Oh my gosh. No, you don't.
Yes,
you
I
seriously?
do. Yes.
Oh, I was today years old when I learned that, folks.
Oh my, I had, you know those Funko Pops?
Yes.
I had Tenet and the friggin' TARDIS in my living room for the longest time next to my Cade Destiny action figure.
Oh, you have a Cade action figure?
I got the Cade one, yes. I totally sold it, though. I shouldn't have.
Oh.
I know, but I had Cade. I had two of them. 2 Cades.
2 Cades?
Cade 6. Squirrel.
Cade 6, Destiny 2.
But yeah, TARDIS.
Look it up.
Dude. The Weeping Angels episode.
Oh, so good.
Right?
So obviously you're a tenant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But I also loved, why I always forget his name.
Eccleston,
Nope.
Tennant, Smith,
Smith was decent,
Capaldi.
yes. Smith. I liked Smith.
Matt Smith
Yeah.
was really good.
I liked Matt Smith the most.
All right, there's a question for the viewers. Which doctor is your doctor?
Ooh. House. Just kidding.
I am not nice. I am not going to comment.
I did love Matt Smith. He was my favorite.
Matt Smith was your favorite?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes, he was.
Yeah, it's definitely a toss-up between Tennant and Smith, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
But they're all good. Like, Eccleston was amazing. Capaldi was really good. Like, they were
Capaldi
all...
was good. Capaldi was good.
But, like, I have not watched any of the originals.
I haven't watched it in a hot minute.
Like Tom Baker and Sylvester McCoy. I would like to watch some of the original series, but they're pretty hard to find.
I'm so sorry I squirreled you.
Yeah, you did.
You need to go back to that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so funerals.
You were saying you'd want someone to like run up and like get your casket.
Yeah, like have something crazy happening.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed I would.
All right. I can get behind that.
Indeed.
And what would you want your final words to be? I don't even know.
I don't know what I would want my final words to be.
It depends who they were for.
I was gonna say, like, it would very much be dependent on the situation that I was ending my life in.
Like, I would obviously tell my people that I love them, that
Yes.
the ones that were actually the closest to me.
Yes, of course.
I feel like I would make sure that my ex knew that he was a mouthful of disappointment.
Wow.
Just kidding. No shade, Shmeeb.
Real talk, folks.
You heard it here first. I don't think I could ever stop. Please don't stop the music.
Dude.
Anyway, I know.
We're terrible at this game.
We are.
Okay.
It's hard. I feel like I would definitely want to say something funny.
I think I would definitely want to say something funny. I would also want to say something genuine.
Yeah, like, I would totally want to be like, hey, ding dong, the witch is dead, and like, I love you all. Thank you.
Yeah, like,
you know, like,
my ass is going, how many words do I get?
Yeah. How much time do we have?
How much time exactly?
Yeah, what can we get out? Are we like writing our name in blood as we're like bleeding out at the crime scene? Like,
oh my gosh, you're so morbid.
I'm just thinking of all the scenarios. Like, is it peacefully passing away and taking your last breath and saying something loving, or is it like
let's unpack that. Let's unpack that. If if it was something that, I don't know, would it be like a secret word that only you and one other person know? Because obviously, if you're being murdered, you obviously would want to name your killer, but you have to assume that they would wipe it out before they left.
I mean, that's true. I feel like I would like somehow slam my phone and like make sure it recorded to somebody so they'd know the name of the killer.
Yeah.
So they could piece it together. But I feel like if I was bleeding out at a crime scene or something, I'd be like, the keys are in the vault. I hid the body in like Ile de Shane. Like something fucked up.
Ooh.
And like just send people on a mad chase.
Ooh, that would be fun too.
Right?
Like a wild goose chase.
Yeah, totally. Just like leave them with a cliffhanger that they can never nail you for because they're dead.
Ooh, okay.
I think I'm a terrible person.
I think you are too. I don't know. I feel like I would want my final words to be something that I was never brave enough to say in life.
Oh. Yeah.
Like
what?
I don't know. Like something crazy. Like, I don't know, how I really felt about somebody, or you know, like, I mean, at this point there's no I haven't not told anybody.
Right, I feel like I'm pretty forthcoming.
I'm pretty forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't really hide. I don't really hide it anymore because I don't take.
No.
Ever since my eyesight thing, I don't take time or people or anything for granted. So I rather say something than regret not saying something.
I'm getting there. I've been really horrible for that. I've always kept so many things inside. even though it's like blatantly obvious on the outside that I'm thinking something and I'm processing something,
Right.
I'm terrible with actually speaking the words.
Well, there was that whole like study where they surveyed a bunch of people on their deathbed and asked them like, what was their biggest regret in life? And the top 3 were like that they wish they had spent more time with their loved ones or family and telling them how much they loved them and cared about them rather than like working, or that, yeah, like they wish they took more personal time and didn't work so hard.
Yep.
Or they wish that they like chased their dreams or told someone how they felt.
Yeah.
Those are like the big ones. And I'm like, yeah, like it's true.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I've the relationships that I have in my life, like the friendships and the, you know, family, friends, actual relationships, like it's, I feel like it's something that I've actively tried to voice.
Right?
Because, you know, I haven't had any moments where I'm, I don't know, I feel like I've had near-death experiences. Everybody, I'm sure, probably feels like they have, but I haven't been at a point where I've like, oh, I wish I would have said this, or I wish I would have done this. Like I've said everything I needed to say, or I feel like I've needed to say in the moment, and I've told the people that are important to me that they are important to me.
Yes.
But I feel like everything can change in a minute.
Yes. Yes. And you know what one I always think of? I think it's just because I'm terrified of flying, but I always thought of who would be the first person that I call and the only call I'd have time to make in the event a plane was going down, and what would I say? I know it's a morbid thought, but I often have that in my head. I'm like, I only have time for one call, and it's probably going to be like 20 seconds tops. Who would I call and what would I say? Because there's a lot.
Right?
And it's like, what do you do if they don't answer? Do you try and hammer out a voicemail? Do you try and send a voice text? Like, what do you do?
Ooh.
Like, a voice text would stay with them forever, so they'd have that memory and they could pass on the information. But a voicemail would only stay for like 5 or 10 days. Like, what do you do?
Ooh.
Right? I'm like, there's so many variables.
I would hope that they would like have a voice recorder and make that shit count. But
yeah, like I think I might send a voice text. Like, if I don't know, because you wouldn't have time to dick around. Like, you get one shot. Don't miss your chance to blow this opportunity,
dude.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, at least it wasn't a song.
It was.
I know it was a song. It wasn't a song. It was a rap, though.
But I feel like, and I'd want to make sure someone that answered their phone.
See, I don't know if I could. See, okay,
right? Like I wouldn't call my alleged best friend because she wouldn't answer her phone.
I don't know. See, I feel like I wouldn't be able to pick who to call because anybody that I didn't choose would be really offended.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's like you gotta pick one that's gonna be the messenger that can relay it, but it's the person that you care about the most. Like one of the top most.
Well,
like how do you do it? Like there's so many factors.
Well, and then the question becomes then, do you want them to answer the phone because do you want to hear the horror in their voice and have them have to live with that for the rest of their lives? Or would you rather it be a final message?
And then you overthink it. Then you're like, but would they be upset that it was a final message, not live, and they had to hear it later in a recording?
I think
they're both brutal. They
are both brutal, but think about it from the PTSD standpoint.
Oh, I think they're both bad.
I think they're both bad, but living it in real time, I think would be far worse.
Yeah, or if it's a person that would keep hitting replay though and doing it to, I don't know. But yeah, it's like, what do you say? I think I'd be like, hey, like, I just want you to know like how important you are to me. I love you, and and like, there's so many things I have to say that I hope that you know how I've felt all this time, and please let the people I know and care about know that I feel the exact same way about them, and like try and rattle off as many names as I can. Then I'd be like, I want you guys to get in my shit. Here's my password to my bank account. Drain it. Go to my apartment. Take my shit. Share it. Don't fight. Love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. If you had enough time for something like that.
Yeah. Like, you gotta, like, think. It's like an elevator pitch of death. It's like the drop of fear.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Well, and then
I'm just never gonna fly again.
As I'm preparing to leave on a flight in a day and a half, thanks.
Yeah, you're going home on them pressurized death tubes with wings.
Thank you.
Just don't fly Delta. I told you it was a CRJ. I knew it.
You know what? At least everybody made it out alive. Okay?
Right? Hey, Sully will be flying your plane. You're fine.
right?
Sully, man, he's a legend.
Sully is a legend. Oh my gosh, that movie was great.
Right?
The movie was great. Obviously, Captain Sullenberger is like a legend.
We got to meet him for one of our conventions. It was the most amazing.
Oh my gosh, I'm jealous.
It was so amazing. He's so cool.
I bet.
So cool.
I believe that. We're tangenting again, folks.
I know.
Sorry.
Well, we were kind of like talking about what we
were kind of, yeah.
Maybe we should go with how we'd want to be remembered.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I love documentaries and that and the like. And 9/11, the plane thought, like the death tube with wings. It totally, like, I love watching anything I can get on 9/11.
Oh yeah, because the U.S. ordered an abomination of their own country. I'm sorry, I'm that person.
Okay, conspiracy theorist.
It's not a conspiracy when it comes true.
Anyways, that was
next
one
topic.
That was. Oh my gosh, we'll get there one day. Don't we will.
We're doing an episode on that. Anyways, girl.
My dad and I that was one of our mutual interests was 9/11. We loved anything that we could get on it, and it just made me think, like, I have, final words that people would say.
Yeah.
It made me think about that, because it's like there are words that you wish that you could hear from somebody.
Yes.
Like, what words would you wish to hear from the person that you love the most, or the people that you love the most? Is that something that you would want to hear in real time, or is that something that you would want to hear after the fact so you can keep it and remember it?
I'd want both. I'm greedy like that. I'd want to talk to them in real time, because I'd want to be there and, like, let them know how loved they are in return. You know what I mean? Like, I'd want to, I'm going to start crying, getting emotional. I'm saying this out loud.
Oh, I love this.
That's so sad. I would want them to know how important they are in return, and just let them know, because as much as they're trying to let me know, I would want them to go out with peace and not be stuck in purgatory, and know that they're important too.
And know that they're loved and cherished just as much as they clearly love and cherish you.
Yes.
Yeah?
Like that song, I know it's singing, but it's like, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm crazy. It's like, or that one where it talks about, like, oh, I wish I told you sooner so you know, like, did I tell you everything you needed to know? And
you want to hear a gut puncher?
Yeah.
Time by Dean Brody.
Oh.
That's
do I know that one? I feel like I should.
That's a song recommendation for anybody out there.
Ooh, yeah, I'll listen to that one.
Yeah, I feel, like there are words that I wish that I could have heard from, say my dad. Like my dad's last words to me were, "Hi, sweetie." And my dad's were, "I think you know the answer, but you just don't know it yet." Thanks for that cryptic advice, Dad. Beep. And
thanks for the cliffhanger.
And I wonder, are there people that you never want to hear their last words? Whether it be out of anger or spite, or
I'd still want to hear it.
Would you?
Yep, yeah? Absolutely. I'm just that way. Like, I bring it on. I want to know.
Okay.
Like, I'm actually really upset because my grandmother told me that she would tell me a secret that she wouldn't tell me until she's on her deathbed. And then she was too incoherent to tell me what it was. And now I will never know what her secret was, and I'm so upset about it.
Oh.
I'm so upset about it. Now, that woman made mad spring rolls. I want to know if she had Filipino in her and that was her secret. Because I think she's gaslighting, lying to me.
Wow.
Yeah, like, I know she's German, like part German and part friggin' Bayesian, but I have a feeling she's got Pinot in there.
Cheapers.
Yeah, she made pan-set and spring rolls. Don't even lie to me.
That's a squirrel.
I know, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, last words. There's a song, it's in my head that I'm thinking of that was heart-wrencher about it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, there's probably a lot.
It's true, there's particular, but
when one is confronted with one's own mortality, it's something that you think about for sure.
How would you want to be remembered?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that I would want to be remembered as someone who's very genuine and real and funny and honest.
Yep.
And just fun to be around.
Yeah.
Like, one word, my brother and I always used this word when we thought about our dad. And that word was integrity.
Yes.
And I feel like that would be a great, if that word was used to describe me or my person, like, to describe how I am, is that I lived with integrity.
Yes.
I would be very happy with that.
That's true.
I would be very happy with that.
I agree with that, yep. Just like a genuinely good person.
Yep.
I want people to be like, and I know I get this feedback in real life, but, sometimes you don't believe people, or it's like, are you just saying that, or do you mean it? Like,
yep.
I would really want people to be like, you know what, Brianne was just someone that had such a huge, genuine, caring heart, and was just an advocate for everyone, and she would speak the things that we were thinking, but she actually had the balls to say it. And you know what? And she was like hilarious and animated and eclectic, but like always.
I'll say that about you.
Right? Aww. And like joyful and like energetic and always try to put a smile on your face and like super funny and ridiculous. Yeah. And like hilarious, but so
genuine.
Like, yeah, like, but spicy, like an eclectic mix of all the greatness. Like, you know what I mean? And just a real go-getter that always built everybody up and wanted to see the good in everybody.
There are a lot of words that I would like to be used to describe me.
Yeah, name some.
Yeah, like I would love, funny, caring, loving, big heart, genuine, trustworthy.
Yep.
I don't know. I know godly is another one.
Yes.
I know that our generation has very different ways of interpreting a lot of things. And I think that we have a little bit of just a different way of thinking. But I think that the basis is very much the same. I don't, like,
the fundamentals.
The fundamentals, the faith of, what it means to be saved and what it means to be, what it means to have this faith.
Yeah. And I'd like people to see me as like a modern day disciple and like doing the work of the Lord and bringing people to Christ and shining the light out there. A spiritual sniper. Intuitive AF.
But at the same time, not being someone who forces that on people. Like, I want open-minded is another one that I would love to be associated with. Like, non-judgmental. That's a good one too.
Yes.
I like that one.
Yes.
Non-judgmental, easy to talk to.
Yep.
Good listener.
Yep.
All of the things. Who's perfect? Okay.
None of us.
But I would love good friend.
Yeah. Yep. Loving partner.
Yeah.
That shit passionate. That's one of my hashtags. So it's like, that has to happen.
Passionate is good. I like passionate.
That shit passionate because I'm just eclectic like that.
Insatiable.
Oh, yeah. Like, if I'm outside standing around and people are like, where is she? Like, she's outstanding.
Come on.
But I'm done, cha.
Too easy.
No, I'm not too easy.
I don't know. I would like energetic and I would like funny and I would like up and happy. Because sometimes I don't feel that way. You're in your own head. You're in your overthinking mode and life isn't easy and life is depressing and it's sad. And you have moments where you're just like, you know what? I don't really want to do this anymore.
Right.
But I hope that would never be what defines me.
Yes. It's like, even though despite all like, I want to be seen, sure, and I'm very open about my mental health issues because I want to show people that just because you have them doesn't mean you're alone and you can still do good. Turn your trials into triumphs. I want to be an inspiration. Yeah. I want people to be like, Brianne was someone that was like a trailblazer and wanted to make purpose out of life, like a catalyst for positive change.
Yes. Yeah.
And like purposeful, intentful living for the betterment of humanity.
Yes. I agree. I totally agree.
Right?
But I would also want that to just be a part of my, I guess, my personality, my being.
Right?
Like, rather than be something that I actively have to try and do. Like, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, I want that to just be when people think about me. I don't want that. I don't want to have to,
But I mean, you'll be remembered that way. Because that's who you were.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But my autobiography is going to be like, oh, I chose a ditch over that bitch. Or, the woman not even a homeless man could love.
Dude.
HP pencil, because I'm always number 2.
But she has
tampon, because I'm used for convenience.
Holy cow.
Write my autobiography. tampon. Not self-deprecating at all.
Not at all. But see, there's the humor.
Right? Oh, I have dark humor.
Me too. Yes, you do. I think that every part of you has to have a sick, every person out there needs to have a sick and twisted part of their humor.
Welcome to my dark side.
Nice.
I have cookies. I make some really good cookies.
Me too.
Right?
Make good cookies.
Mr. Christie. Slap my ass and call me Mr. Christie.
Oh,
But yeah, I feel like a lot of people probably want to be remembered like that, but I just want it to be like, not just the words coming out, but when you speak the words, it's like energy comes alive.
Yes.
I want my energy to be felt because I know my energy is contagious.
Yes.
And I want that present. Like, I don't want people crying at my funeral. I don't want a traditional. I want party, celebrate, live it up, tell jokes, tell the funny things about me, exchange funny stories, like talk about all the good things that make you happy or like remind you of me, my little one-liners, like have fun and eat food. There's going to be chicken wings. There's going to be like chocolate fountains, chocolate mousses, like chocolate lava cakes. There's going to be like chicken wings, all the flavors. Like, it's going to be a party, and there's going to be tequila. We're not doing vodka. It's tequila or rum. Right.
But what if we don't drink?
Well, that's fine. There's going to be virgin things there.
Okay, good.
It's fine, but I'm just talking about like, yeah, it's going to be a party. And I want to be remembered in the same fashion. Like, go out with a bang. Like, if I'm dual wielding Tommy guns, busting into Area 51 to take Big Pharma down, to leak all of their cures because I know they're out there and they're being withheld, like, I'm happy to be gunned down by a trillion bullets penetrating my decrepit, decaying meat suit while I'm 9 years old going, here's the cure for cancer and diabetes and Alzheimer's and MS. It's all out there. The truth is out there.
You really think with that attitude you're making it to 90?
Fuck yeah. Let's go. Just throw me in one of them cryogenics. Frozen, like, what's his dick? Walt Disney. Yeah. His little cover up Frozen just so no one could Google him. Yeah, let's go. I'll wake up next to you, Walt.
Nice.
Crawl out through the fallout.
Crawl out through the fallout, baby. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the legacy that you leave is huge. But
I'll give you a leg you can see.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm cut off from my water.
You're cut off.
It's too much ice.
Oh, okay. Ice water.
But yeah, it's true. It is about the legacy.
It's about the legacy. And, you know, like, you think about people that, like, I mean, people that are close to me that have passed, the things that I think about when I think of them, 9 times out of 10 are wonderful things.
Like Dorothy Payne's show, she passed away when I worked at Vital Stats, somewhere between around 2006 to 2010-ish. I will never forget it. I was so upset. We were supposed to go for lunch, and then she ended up having an aneurysm on her way home from work when she was working overtime. It was dreadful. Locked herself in her own car on the highway, and she was dead. And we never got to have that last lunch, but I will never forget it because I loved getting chicken fingers from Beachcombers with her, and she's like, you shouldn't eat chicken fingers. It's not real because chickens don't have fingers. She was my favorite. She was funky, spunky, zesty, spicy. She was a badass. She reminded me a little bit of me. But she was cool, and she was like in her 60s. She was awesome. I love Dorothy Payne show.
Aww.
And I will always remember it every time I eat a chicken finger. Chickens don't have fingers.
Chickens don't have fingers.
And she was so against processed food, and I love her. I love her so much. That was genuinely the hardest funeral I ever went to. It was harder than my own father's. It was the most strange thing. Yeah. She had a huge impact on me, that lady. She was dope.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been to a funeral recently. I've been to 2 funerals recently. One in like a couple weeks apart.
Oof.
Yeah. But as a rule, depending on the person, like I didn't cry.
Right?
I had a couple of tears at my dad's.
Mm-hmm.
But more so because every person in there was like, obviously the loss itself is sad.
Yeah.
But when
I'm not going to letting people go.
No.
No.
Abandonment issues.
Oh, yeah.
I can completely relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a funeral or a memorial, like, and it's, they call it the celebration of life, or they call it the wake, or whatever, and it is genuinely not a sad place.
Yeah, I love those.
Because
it keeps their memory alive.
Nothing about that person was sad.
Right?
And you know what? No one's saying that they don't have struggles. No one is saying that they had a perfect life, that everything was hunky-dory, that everything was happy, that everything was, like all,
Yep.
unicorns and rainbows.
Mm-hmm.
But the memory and the legacy that they left behind was something to be rivaled.
Yep.
Like, I can say that for my dad. Like, anybody that knew him and anybody that interacted with him, like, he was just so down to earth, and he was so, I don't know, like, dry and witty, and the people that had known him the longest in his life still, they shared those good stories. They shared the good stories, but they also share aspects, like the noise that Jim makes when he says hello, like the wah. Right. That is so quintessentially him and Dad. Yep. So every time I hear it, not only do I think of Jim, I also think of Dad.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to be remembered for little quirky things, and oh, totally. Like, on my tombstone, I'm like, I wanted to say something like, stamped on there, like, time served. In my defense, ... I did a thing. And then everyone will be like, what did she do? You know what I mean? Like,
ooh, that's cute.
Right? Like, just like quirky little silly things. And totally, like, yeah, keep your spirit alive. Because, I always think about it, like, how long after someone passes are they truly remembered? Because at some point in time, generations later, that memory goes away, and it's like you didn't exist. Unless you were famous.
Well, and it's funny because, thinking about Lady Z and Lady G, they will never know our Auntie Grace.
Right.
Our Auntie Grace passed away when she was 39 in 2006. She was my best friend.
Yes.
Like, my best friend. And I took her death harder than some of her siblings. And not because I was not emotionally mature at that point. Right. So, they had some years on me and were able to deal with it a little bit better. Yep. But, I just, the impact of the loss hit me so hard that it is one of the reasons that I struggle with anxiety and depression. That was the trigger for me. It was something that was a pre-existing in my childhood. Right. And it kind of reared its ugly head in the grief process. But the memory of her, like, trying to explain that to someone who's never met her, has no concept of who she was. Yep. But Britt and we can still remember her almost like it was yesterday. And we both have just, like, amazing memories of just the little quirks and the little things that she used to say. And she used to, yeah. But the memory is still very much alive, but it will stop. It will end after our generation because we are the last that knew her. Yeah. The only way that we can keep her around, my dad was someone that always carried a video camera. Right. And that was one thing that he was known for, was his video camera. Because it was like one of those big chunky things with a VHS tape in it. So he would walk around with that endlessly. So he has tons of footage of her as a young woman in my childhood because I was always around her. Yeah. But aside from that, and barring any other film source, I will be, like, my generation and our generation will be the last that knew her. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's all about keeping memories alive, and I think that's why I love that movie, P.S. I Love You, with Gerard Butler. I have another one. Did you see that one, Gerard?
I did.
Okay, good. I love it that he left for his wife all those clues and all those things that she got to, like, chase little pieces of him, and he had all these memories for her and things to remind her of him, and, like, it was so thoughtful and thought out. I just loved it. Yep. I thought it was so cute and beautiful and depressing and horrible at the same time.
Yeah, because it's like, like, on the one point you have the loss, but on the other side, it's like, okay, now you've got, like, this legacy. Yeah. And I think that that's why loss is so hard, is because
It's just so final.
It's so final, but the things that you remember are the things that you want back.
Yes, totally.
Right? Like, you want that one more time. You want that one last time. But then, in retrospect, do you actually ever want to have that one last time? Was the last time just perfect?
No, you want all the times.
Yeah.
All the time.
You know what I mean.
The selfish in me never wants the last time. It's like,
I know.
The more, and the more, and the again, and again, and the again, and again, and the... Why is...
Right, but that's because that's what we are here for.
Yeah, totally.
Our legacy, you know, like, I mean, obviously I want people to miss me. Like, I definitely don't want to be forgotten.
Right? Like, I will haunt people.
Oh my goodness.
When I die, some people are going to get seriously haunted. Ross. Friends reference, but I'm serious. Like, it's just going to have to happen that way.
I don't know.
I want people to miss me, but it's like, and if I get married, like, you're not remarrying. I wouldn't remarry. Like, sorry, you're not getting remarried. I will haunt you.
I don't even know how I feel about that. Because at that point, like, if you genuinely, really, truly love that person, don't you want them to be happy?
No.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, of course, but it's like, I'll haunt you. I'll be waiting for you on this cushy cloud.
That's another question. That's a loaded one.
That's a tell you. We shouldn't dig into that right now.
No, we can't.
I don't think we don't have time for that this episode, but that's okay.
So what else would you want your final, like, okay, like, say it was natural causes. What would you want your final words to be?
Are you asking me or the viewers?
You.
Oh. Well, that's why I think it depends. Like, that's what I was kind of saying in the beginning. Like, I would definitely want my loved ones to know how much I love them and cared about them, and I'd want each one to know a special memory that I held near and dear to me. Like, the top few memories, so it's special and unique to each person, and to give them that little
So would
piece.
that be something that you would write down previous to?
Well, it depends.
Like, would you record it for posterity?
If they couldn't make it in person to like say their goodbyes, I would ask someone to write it down for them. Like, my cousin Sandy is so good at like having like speakers or taking notes and like memoirs and stuff like that to make sure. Like, I learned about things about my dad and grandpa, how they thought about me because of her, because they told her. So I would love to like do that for people if I couldn't talk to them directly and like leave that memory there.
Okay.
I would be very detailed because I think that loss is really, really hard, and there's stuff that we want to hold on to make us feel special in our downtimes, and I would want to give that gift to those people.
Like, have something that could make someone happy, quote unquote.
Yeah, and like just write or let them know like why they're special, and like memories and thoughts and like encouraging words, and like let them know gifts or talents that I thought in them, or like just special moments and memories. Like, I would leave all of my people with something special.
Which makes me come back to that thought. Like, if you really are saying what you think about everybody to everybody, wouldn't they already know that?
But would they really? Sometimes people take it for granted, or
That's true.
They don't remember it, or they don't think of it, or they don't believe it, but just hearing it again or having that refresher, especially when you're in trauma and grief, you don't know.
That's true. That's very true.
And you don't always really know how someone feels about you until they outright express it. So like that Garth Brooks song, If Tomorrow Never Comes, where he was just saying, like, if I turn out the lights and lay here in the dark and and the thought crosses my mind, if I never wake up in the morning, would she ever doubt the way I feel about her?
Ooh.
And it goes on like that. Like, if tomorrow never comes, just she know how much I love her.
Oh yeah, I know that song.
Right? And
that's a great song.
Right? And it's so true. Like, you don't know until you know, and that's why I don't like leaving anything unsaid while people are here, because you never know. It could be lights out in 10 minutes. You don't know when you're going to take your last breath. You have no idea. So I wouldn't want to live with that regret. That song really hits me in all the ways.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And I just think it's beautiful.
Yeah. There are, like, it's one of those songs that make you, like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a reality check.
Yep.
And not that we don't have any of those, right? Like, life is full of them.
But it's like sometimes you just get too caught up and you forget to, like, come back to reality and in the moment and the purpose and appreciation and gratitude for what life is. And what meaning things and people have and are.
That's true. It is very true. I feel like there's, and how, like, you know, like how much of it is left up to interpretation. If you were to say something on your deathbed, how many people would interpret it as what you mean, and how many people would interpret it as what they want to hear?
Yeah, it's true as well. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Because, you know, you're going to, and especially if you're being cryptic about things.
Yeah, Dad.
Like, if you want to be cryptic about it, you're like, fine, but then not everybody is going to be clear.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Well,
I don't like the cryptic thing unless you're playing a prank. That's why my funeral's going to be a prank. But there will be genuinity, obviously. Like, okay, all jokes aside, like, da-da-da.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to leave people with that. That'd be mean.
No. But I think that it would be a testament to who really, truly knows you for who you are.
That's also true.
Because how would those people know if you're kidding? Would they know if you're serious? Would they take everything with a grain of salt?
If they truly knew you, they'd know exactly.
Yeah.
But see, that's another thing I don't like about funerals. They're one that, like, well, I think airports are one of the most sad places on earth, but funerals I don't like because people show up there to grieve as if they're, like, so close to you and they're devastated, but they didn't give a flying rat's ass while you're alive and didn't make it known to you while you're alive, and then all of a sudden you pass away and now you're important. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like, you're just gonna come, what are you going there for? The accolades? To save face?
Maybe.
Like, out of guilt?
I mean, like, if part of it would absolutely be that, yes. But I think
there's some people that would care they lost touch. Absolutely.
Exactly. Like, you get to the point where you're just like, oh shit, that person's gone now. You're like, oh man, like, I missed.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah. Like, I totally should have spent more time with that person, or I totally should have, like, phoned them that time, or I should, you know, like.
I just had a thought.
What?
So sorry, this is a squirrel moment.
Oh,
it'll tie into do you remember the board game as a kid called Don't Wake Daddy?
No.
Dude, okay, it was this board game. It was like a plastic figure lying in a bed with a cap on its head, and you would go around the board, and every time you, like, passed around the board, you'd have to hit a button on the bed, and then at some point the dad would, like, spring up and pop straight up, and you'd woke dad up and you got caught. I was just thinking, how funny would that be? If just out of nowhere during the funeral service, it was like, there's like a spring load up out of the casket.
Oh my God.
Man, you thought I mentioned it. And your head just, like, turns, your eyes open like one of those creepy baby dolls.
Oh, dude. No. No.
NSFW.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's funny.
I'd be in, like, a puff of smoke out the door.
Yeah, I would die right there at that person's funeral because I'd shit my pants.
Peace out.
But it'd be so funny.
Yeah.
It'd be so funny.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that I would want to, I think all to say, in a very, very roundabout way to kind of close out, I would definitely want to be remembered as someone who was genuine.
Yes, agreed.
And who wore her heart on her sleeve.
Yep. And wasn't afraid to.
Yep. Because I have spent most of my life afraid to have emotions and afraid to care about people.
And I don't care what people think. And I want people to know, like, I don't care.
I do.
Because I'm not embarrassed of how I feel.
I wish I didn't care, but I do.
Yeah, like, I don't care. It's like, if you can't handle what I think and what I feel, like, because I know it's genuine and comes from a real place, like, I don't care.
Wow. Well, you're one up on me then, because I still care. I'm trying not to, but it's difficult sometimes.
Well, I wasn't always this way, but it's just I'm not ashamed of my feelings and emotions and who I am in that regard.
Well, then that's something I would like to aspire to, because I would like to not care what people think.
Yeah. That's probably why I can yell daddy in Costco.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was so good. Poor Brittany.
Poor Brittany.
Daddy! You're gonna get the wrong kind of daddy that way. I'm just trying to get deals, man.
That was a pretty great moment.
Oh, so good.
One day we'll tell you all that story.
Right?
Ah.
Yeah. So tell us, what would your last words be?
What would you like them to be?
Yeah, and how would you want to be remembered?
If you had the choice, what do you want those words to be, and what do you want to be remembered for?
And please do comment in the channel or email us. Our email's provided in there as well.
Yep. Like and subscribe. I know that's so cliche, but please do.
Right? We have 15 subs. We want to hit 20 this week. 20! 5 more. You are the MVPs.
Right?
And we were going to put the time, was it by Dean Brody?
Time by Dean Brody.
We'll put the link in there and the link to the reel. We will find it.
Yeah, we will find it and we will post it for everybody and their viewing pleasure.
Yes.
Until next time.
Take care. And of course, as part of our closing segment,
welcome back to Pause and Appreciate.
Woo, woo, woo.
So today we've got a very cute little story.
Yes.
You do tell it best.
Well, but I want you to share it.
Okay.
Like,
you can fill in some gaps.
Yeah, okay, okay. Basically, I introduced Courtney to a cute concept that I once heard of, and it made my heart happy, and
it's a very, very cute concept. It's the theory that when you need it, you will find it. Is that basically? I'll explain what I'm getting at in a second.
Kind of like when you're in a moment of needing it, that person's there thinking of you and provides that to let you know that they're with you.
Right.
Yes.
So this theory is called the dime theory. As many of our viewers know, my father recently passed away, and Bree brought up a little story right afterward because I don't remember what exactly I was doing, but it was very stark and very obvious. I was going through something of his, or I was going through something at his house or something at my parents' place, and I found a single dime. And I had no idea what that meant. And we as humans see patterns where they are meant, like we form patterns.
Yep.
We see patterns that might not mean anything, but that's what we do. That's what our brains do. But she told me this theory that after someone is gone or someone is no longer with you, in order to let you know that they are there and thinking about you and are with you,
or that they're okay when you're worried about them.
When you're worried about them, and to let you know that they're okay, you'll find a dime. They'll leave you a dime.
Mm-hmm.
And it has happened actually a few times since he's passed away.
Yes.
It happened when we picked up, my mom got a new vehicle, and she, had not gone through it, and we kind of took it out for a spin, and we opened the console, and there was nothing in the console except a single solitary dime.
Oh. Yes.
And I am in a rental vehicle right now while I'm waiting for mine to be repaired. And I was having a really, really, really bad day the other day, and nothing was going right. I was angry.
I remember that.
I was just not in a good place, and I was having a very bad emotional day. And the final straw was taking my bag and throwing it in the back seat of the car. And when I was getting out of the car, the purse tipped over, and I had like little Jolly Ranchers and mints and stuff in there, and it all like came and tumbled out onto the floor of the back seat of the car. And I was almost at my breaking point, but I was holding it together at that point. And then I picked everything up, and the only thing left on the floor behind from like it had fallen out of my purse was a single dime.
Right.
I lost my shit. I was ugly crying.
And it's like, that's what happened.
Yeah.
When it came about, I think the story resonated with me to share with you, is because when my grandma passed away a couple years ago, when I was craving that jerk chicken roti, I don't know why I was like so hostile. And I don't like jerk chicken roti. Like, I don't crave it. And my grandma like loved it. Like, she was part Bayesian. And I was just craving it. And all of a sudden I was thinking of my grandma, and I was rustling in my purse, and like in my change purse, in the middle of my purse is zipped up, closed, like not open ever. And I pulled my laundry card out of my wallet, and then like when I pulled it out, something whipped out and fell on the floor. I'm like, what the hell fell on the floor? Because I can't see properly. I went to touch it and I grabbed it. It was a freaking dime. I'm like, oh, grandma. Because I was worried about her. I was like thinking about her. And then I had those cravings, and then bam, she was there letting me know she was okay.
Well, and it had happened like within a day or so of my dad passing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the nature of my faith is that he is in heaven with God, and that he is happy and dancing and no longer suffering and ill. And it was, whether it's a pattern that I'm formulating or whether it's a pattern that I'm wanting to see, whatever. If it gets me through the day, if it gets me to that point where I'm like, you know what, that gave me a little bit of happy.
It brings that comfort.
I'll take it.
Yep.
Right?
Agreed.
And it was just the most oddly comforting.
Aww.
It was so, and it was emotional, but in the best possible way. And it was amazing and wonderful. And so it gave me pause.
Aww,
to appreciate.
Appreciate your dimes, y'all.
Appreciate your dimes, y'all. Till next time. You're listening to Blind Chats with the Backroad Chicks. Thanks for joining our late night cruise.
For help keeping your drive alive, please tune in next week for more shenanigans.